I can't believe that this is happening. This is the first episode of the podcast. I am so excited. I feel like this has been such a long time coming, but yeah, I can't wait. You guys, welcome to the podcast. If you're watching this, I have announced the extension of Next Chapter as a brand, and I am launching or have launched Next Chapter Collective, which is a community for moms in any chapter of motherhood. Whether you're pregnant, whether you just had a baby, you have babies, your babies are grown, any and every chapter of motherhood, I really just wanted to build a community for all of us. I feel like anytime I talk to moms, the general notion that I hear is that we just need more of a community. I feel like when you have kids, it's so easy to lose friends or lose yourself, and I wanted to create a place and hub where moms could come and feel like they're not alone and join in on the community. And that is how I started Next Chapter Collective. So I'm really excited. I've been working so hard on it, and I am so excited to get this first episode out. So this episode is all about how I started it and why I started it. And I'll give you a little sneak peek of the episodes to come, because I have some amazing moms coming on for this first month of the podcast, and so many more to come. So I'm really excited. So first, I wanted to dive into Next Chapter as a whole. So around 2 years ago, I started Next Chapter Studio, and that is my photography business. I quickly realized that I wanted to focus on motherhood photography. I have 2 boys myself, and I just quickly realized that that was where my heart was. That was where my passion was. So after photographing anyone and everyone, I decided to dive into motherhood photography specifically. So the maternity sessions, the newborn sessions, those milestones, the mommy and me sessions, the family, is really where I've been. And the last 2 years have been so amazing. I've met so many amazing moms. I've heard so many inspiring stories, and it's truly been surreal. I've fallen in love with it, to be honest with you. And I've been doing photography on and off here and there for 10 years, but the last 2 years have been so meaningful to me and so important to me. And I've just really fallen in love with all of it. So I knew going into this year that I wanted to expand the brand, and I really wanted to grow this motherhood community. And I didn't know how at first. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And I decided to launch Next Chapter Collective after a lot of thought. I love podcasts. I've always listened to podcasts. I actually had a podcast years prior, and I wanted to get back into it. I feel like this is such a great way to connect with you and connect with other moms. And I knew I didn't want to just do a podcast, which is why I'm also launching the Mom Walks, which I'm so excited about and I'll get into. And I'm also launching an online shop and the website. So it's a lot, but I feel like this is such a good next step to grow Next Chapter as a brand. And it's exactly what I want to do. I did pull out my iPad because my very good friend, Cassie, she owns Wander Studios. Last year I had her do my branding, and when she agreed to do it, she sent me a questionnaire that she wanted me to fill out, all about my business and my branding and where I see it going. And I am not kidding you when I say that it took me, I think it was about 3 hours to fill it out, because I wanted to be honest, and I wanted to really sit and think about where I saw my business going and where I saw Next Chapter going, whether it was in a few months, whether it was in a year, 5 years, 10 years. And I wanted to share some of what I put on here, because this next chapter, I didn't even do that on purpose. This next chapter of Next Chapter is what I feel is my next step. And when I answered these questions in this questionnaire, this is where I saw it going, and these are the next steps that I want to take to be able to grow it into all of my long-term goals. And I wanted to share some of this, so I will just share a little bit of what I said because I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from with this business as a whole and where I see it going. One of the questions she asked me on the questionnaire was, what are your biggest dreams you have for your business? What would it personally mean to achieve these goals? So this is what I said. I said, my biggest dream would look like this. Next Chapter Studio and its motherhood community has grown to offer workshops, retreats, photography education, and mom merch. I have grown my personal brand intertwined with my photography business. I would spend my time networking with women entrepreneurs and mamas, sharing my experience, and proving that you can have a career and be an entrepreneur while also being a mom. You can set your own schedule, have your own income, and grow your own business and brand while still being there for your son's soccer game and not missing your children's bedtime routine. Family always comes first, but your dreams can be a close second. And she also asked my brand goals, and she had me break it down into 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years, which this is where I see myself going. So for 1 year, which I had said this last year, I said in the next year, I want to launch my new website and blog with consistent branding and a stronger dive into who I am. I want this next year to be focused on growing my community, my clientele, my knowledge, and my confidence. I want to begin implementing email marketing, create free resources, and be consistent on social media. For my 5 years, I said in the next 5 years, I want to create ways of passive income through presets, guides, and courses. I want to launch a podcast to connect with other mama entrepreneurs to share their stories and advice. Other possible ideas and goals would be having a bigger studio space, which is what I'm in right now. That could also be a photography/meeting rental space for other photographers and businesswomen, as well as creating a styling shop that clients and other photographers could use to create outfits for their sessions. And a lot of that is already coming true, which is so crazy to me, but also so amazing. And then for 10 years, I said in 10 years, I want to have community strong enough to be able to host workshops and weekend retreats for other mamas and entrepreneurs. I would love to create photography education courses and mentorships and to be able to excel in my career while also being home. So the gist of all of that, guys, I want to grow my business. I want to connect with other women. I want to grow that community, but I also want to be a mom. I also want to be there for my kids. I don't want them to look back and think, well, mom didn't make it to that game because she was working, or mom didn't make it to my concert because she was busy. I want to be there for my kids, and I feel like I've struggled in the last few years trying to find that balance, trying to find how I can grow my brand and grow my business and fulfill my goals and reach my potential while also being an active mom and being a good mom. And that's what I want to talk about on this podcast, among a lot of other things with other moms. But there is always a struggle. There is always that struggle to balance being a mom while also being there for you. And these goals that I wrote down, I want to fulfill, and I feel like I'm taking that next step with Next Chapter Collective in doing that. So like I said, this podcast episode today is just sharing these thoughts, sharing these goals, and also and sharing what's to come. So let's dive into what I have planned for Next Chapter Collective. I want this to be a place that you can go. I read a line the other day, and I think I put it in my announcement, but I read a quote online that said, they say it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to support a mom. And I feel like that is so true. And motherhood is the craziest, most rewarding, exhausting, stressful, yet amazing, fulfilling experience that you will ever go through, at least for me, I can say that. And I want to hear everyone else's stories, and I want to connect with other moms, and I want to grow the community because I feel like there's always room for it to grow and for it to become stronger, and there's always mamas that are looking for that. And with this next step in the business, I have broken it down so far into 3 main focuses for Next Chapter Collective. And that first is mom walks. So I will be holding mom walks 2 to 5 times a month. These are around town. They'll be in different spots. They could be in one of our neighborhoods. They could be on a bike trail. I really want to go to different places, see new places. If other moms have, suggestions, I'd love to hear those as well. So those mom walks are really going to be for us to get together. You can bring your children. You don't have to bring your children if your kids are in school. You can just come. You can bring friends. You can come solo. But these walks are really designed to just get out of the house, meet some new moms, catch up with old ones, and just go for a walk. Get fresh air. Bring your kids if you want to, like I said, and just connect as a community and really just grow the community. I'm hoping to see a lot of moms there. Even if it starts out small, I'd love to grow it and just have these walks where you can hop on the website or hop on the Instagram and check what dates we have for that month for mom walks. And if you can make one, that's amazing. If you want to come to all of them, that's amazing. But I really would love to just get together on a regular basis and go for walks and catch up, see how everyone's doing, chat. And that's what I'm hoping for with those mom walks. Second is obviously this podcast. I love podcasts. I feel like they're such an amazing way to connect with the community, but to also connect with the women that I'm interviewing. I have amazing women lined up so far for the first month. I have a mama coming on to talk about, balancing life and motherhood and social norms and what women expect from their children and what is healthy and what is not healthy and all of that. We're going to dive deep into all of that. I have another mom coming on to talk about balancing CEO life while also being a mom and running multiple businesses while also having a baby at home and how that all works, as well as sharing her birth story. I have another mama to be coming on to share her fitness journey. She's a fitness instructor. She will be sharing tips and, tips and tricks and how to stay healthy and how to stay active while being a mom and a mom to be. I also have another mom coming on that has an amazing story about her strength and her story with loss, and how she has continued on from that. And I have some amazing, beautiful, strong, inspiring women coming on, and that's just in the first month. And I am so excited and so grateful that they agreed to come on, and I can't wait to share their stories with you guys. So these podcast episodes will be launching every Tuesday. So every Tuesday I will have these moms on to chat and to talk with. And I am so excited. If you know of anyone or if you are a mom that would like to come on, feel free to shoot me a message and I'd love to have you on. And thirdly, with Next Chapter Collective is the shop. So the shop will be on the website, which has also launched, the nextchaptercollective.com. And the shop is going to start out with some merch. I'm doing some crew necks. I want to get into some hoodies and tees as well. And I have a lot of ideas with the shop. As my phone's going off, I have a lot of ideas with the shop, but I want to start off a little small and then see what all of you would like to see. I've looked into, accessories and drinkware and everything from like fanny packs and sunglasses and all of that, but I want to start small with the merch, with the crew necks, and see what you all like. I also feel like as a mom, I don't know why in the last couple of years, I literally just want to like purge my closet and just get like essentials, like essential bodysuits, essential like staple wardrobe pieces. So I'd love to get into a little bit of that eventually at some point too. But of course, I'm already getting ahead of myself. I really want to hear what you guys would like to see in the shop as well. So we're starting small with the shop and we will grow into what you all would like to see. So those are the 3 main things that I want to focus on when it comes to Next Chapter Collective. We have the podcast, we have the shop, and we have our mama walks. So I'm excited for that. My goal, like I said with the podcast, is to launch new episodes every Tuesday. My goal right now with the shop is to launch new pieces every Thursday. And then the Mama Walks will be 2 to 5 times a month. And the schedule for those every month will be up on the Instagram and on the website. So that is my goal. I just want to grow this community. I want you to find a tribe in this community, in Next Chapter Collective, if you don't have one. And if you do already have those mom friends, amazing, bring them along and just connect. That's what I want. I want to just grow this mom community no matter what chapter of motherhood you are in. We are not in it alone, even though sometimes it feels like we are. And that's my goal. That's all I want with this is, in the last couple of years growing Next Chapter Studio and my photography, just all these stories I've heard and all these experiences and all of the things that we go through, it's amazing and it's beautiful, and sometimes it's heartbreaking, and it's such a crazy journey of motherhood, whether you are expecting a baby, whether you're trying, whether you have one, whether your kids are older. It is the hardest but most rewarding thing I've ever gone through, and I just want Next Chapter to grow, and I want it to grow with all of you. So I cannot wait to share what I have to come, and I'm so excited that we have officially launched. Go check out the website if you haven't already. And I also want to hear from you guys, what you would like to hear when it comes to the podcast and like I said, for the shop. But in regards to the podcast, I want to talk about things that are not always talked about or not talked about enough. So feel free to send me a message, whether it's on the website or on our Instagram or email, of what you would like to see and what you feel like needs to be talked about. There's so much that is not talked about enough. So this is just a quick little intro episode for you guys. I just wanted to break down what Next Chapter Collective is about, where I see it going and my goals for it and what to expect. And next week we'll have on the first guest, which I'm so excited about. It will be a longer episode because I'll be having someone right next to me. But I just wanted to create a little intro episode just to chat about what's to come. So I'm really excited. I am grateful for all of you. If I didn't have the support, when I started and as I grow Next Chapter Studio with all of you women, then I wouldn't have even thought of creating Next Chapter Collective. So I'm just really grateful for the support as always, and I can't wait to see where it goes. So thank you guys for listening to this episode. I cannot wait for this next chapter, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye, guys.